Hey guys, what's up? It is Clary Berry. We're here today to do another Divine Masculine reading. Hopefully that DM is ready for this. And DF, Divine Feminine, welcome as well. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, ditch what doesn't. Remember that you can always use this to kind of check out that, that other side of your relationship as far as your person, or it could be to check out, that duality, of the divine, masculine or feminine, whatever video you're watching, inside of yourself. That really matters. And you have to pay attention to that stuff. We have to kind of internalize things. It's like not take things personally, but internalize them in a way that makes sense for us. The end of a tough cycle approaches. That is excellent. I definitely think that Divine Masculine has been through some stuff lately, and some of our general readings for this collective, we've just been getting a lot of, things happening. But the good thing is that, Divine Masculine is hopefully learning, and so is Divine Feminine. Time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others. Over-dependency. This might be clinging. I'm getting children coming through too. Strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency. People pleasers, okay? In a way, I think both sides have been doing this. I've been telling this to Divine Feminine as well. Don't do that codependent energy. I think both sides are dealing with that and dealing with almost like over extenuating themselves, overextending themselves, and then feeling guilty if they pull back or not give their everything. And it's like you can't give your everything to everything. I mean, you can, but you can't in a way. And you have to have that balance. Okay. Creative writing. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal, pen, or article, or a book. Or pen, article, or book. So yeah, for Divine Masculine, writing, journaling, huge. Okay, they say even for like weight loss, journaling is one of the best things to track your moods, to track your, everything, your finances. Like there's a lot of it, but the creative writing, just kind of free writing, sometimes is really good, especially for Divine Masculine, or sometimes, really has a struggle to get in with those emotions. Okay. We're not going to be trying to think of, the past or this ideal version of how we think that things should go. Okay, Divine Masculine has been pretty stubborn here and not letting go of these 10 of Swords. So we need to basically jump into this and go within. Okay, we need to stop looking at our person, stop blaming our person in any way, shape, or form. That's one of the first things I talk about that needs to go is the blame. And the blame, you're always going to have some blame, and you have to accept some blame, but it has to be equal. It has to be balance and equality. Okay, it has to be balanced and it has to be equal. Okay, let's take one more here. Yeah. Okay. So again, the relationship is going through some things. Might be this ebb and flow, might be this separation, might be this looking back. Okay. What did I do? Why did I do that? How could I do that? Kind of been possibly consuming Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine lately. As we can see, this is not a fun place to be. This is not a good place to be. I'm getting almost dark night of the soul, but not quite. But either way, big wake up call. Big wake up call. And going within is the only thing that you can do. Everything in your life, everything in Divine Masculine's life right now is pushing them to go within. And so I think for Divine Feminine to be a part of this and to be witnessing this and to be watching it in whatever, varied capacity there may be, Divine Masculine needs to take a Divine Feminine, I think there's a lot of switching because I can't keep them straight today. But, this Divine Feminine really needs to be the best possible example, set the stage by the one goes within first. That's just the way that it is. The one goes within first, usually again, Divine Feminine. And then the next one might be being distracted, okay? But it's not going to last. And eventually, it's going to turn around and see, and have to, and go within as well, okay? So that is just, again, Divine Feminine maybe figuring it out first, and then Divine Masculine will just instinctively feel the energy and be like, oh wait. And so again, it's this rising. It's this, when you go deep within yourself, I'm telling you, it's almost like magic. Like things like this, they clear up. it just doesn't make sense. It no longer resonates. So you just shed it. You just let it go. And it can be, again, like flipping the light switches, what I always say when you do the shadow work. And to learn how to do the shadow work, again, just go to my program at claryberry.com and or playlist here on YouTube. Okay, shadow work playlist. So, and there are ways, that I teach you how you can kind of write down, use what you learn, use what you do during your shadow work when you do the exercise, and then you have notes, and they basically can turn into mantras. So in that way, again, we have been talking a lot about how the shadow work and the law of attraction are working together here to bring you into union, and it has to be that way. Again, this is not a coincidence, okay? Okay, so again, as we work on any type, of going within, any type of work on these issues, and you'll try to work through them on yourself without a plan. You'll try your best, and if you focus, you might get somewhere. Okay, but with my program and even with my playlist, I'll really teach you how to get in there and just destroy all of these old thoughts, these old beliefs, these old expectations that we don't need, don't serve us, don't keep us on the road we want to be going, do nothing for the relationship. In fact, could probably cause a lot of problems for the relationship, okay? And again, I get it's been a really tough cycle, but it's still the processing of the cycle that we need to be dealing with. And that's kind of where Divine Masculine is at. Been through some things, just like I said the other day. And now what do we do with them? Okay, are we going to be emotional about them and be mad about the way it all went down and wishing and basically wasting energy? Something, of course, we don't want to do. And we don't want to sit there and feel this shame and just focus on, again, kind of what we did and what, and by focus, I mean dwell. We don't want to dwell on that. Now, going within is different. Going within is still facing these issues. It's still shining light on, these negative thoughts, beliefs, systems, patterns, okay, that we have that aren't, you shine the light. Is what you do with the shadow work. You shine the light, and then they're illuminated, they're eliminated, and then you get to rise. It's getting steeper and higher, deeper and higher. Okay, it's this wisdom. It's this understanding. Oh, those old ways that I was acting, we're going to just start to change those, okay? And I think this is partially a part to where Divine Feminine, kind of needs to step up again and kind of help set the tone. I just got these two on the floor, okay? So the law of attraction here is huge. Really need to pay attention to that, what we're believing, what we're expecting, and know that those types of beliefs and expectations really do, not only they send out their own energy, but they also go into, your actions. So you're acting off of what's going on in the inner state. That's why we want our inner state, to be positive, okay? So we may feel like, again, like a lot is changing, you might have, again, kind of this ambition for change right now. I think Divine Masculine, with all the things that might have been going on, again, really wants to draw a line, in the sand between, the old him, the old and the new, okay? But here's what's coming through. It's a little bit difficult just to make all of that change. Even if you have a big mystical experience here, then after a while, that passion kind of almost wears off. And then it's like, are you really going on the right track? Like, you've got to use that energy to really boost and push you in the right track. You can't just get all excited and then be like, oh, and then stop doing the action. The actions have really got to push you forward here, okay? Because you get to choose. And, again, by doing the shadow work and by studying the holistic law of attraction, which is also in the program is 30 videos long. It goes through the abundant holistic law of attraction, the shadow work, and the inner child healing. So all of it is specifically designed to get you into union quickly with your person. This stuff works for me. Once I started learning and using these principles, my relationship had immediately changed. And now, like I'll just tell you, last night, person's telling me I know him better than anybody else in the whole entire world. And like my, DM doesn't get, that emotional. He's one of these kind of, more typical, non-expressive in that way most of the time, so things can change, things will change, but again, we can't just go willy-nilly here. We have to understand that there's a lot of energy in this new beginning, in this spot where we're at, and we have to capitalize on it. Sorry about that glare there. I hate that. So again, making sure that your actions are in alignment with what you want. Okay, not getting sucked into the old patterns. Rising, again, using this wisdom, knowing that if you do the same, you're going to get the same. Okay, and having this motivation to follow through with the work. Okay, this isn't getting excited and doing the shadow work one day. This is, getting excited, committed, keeping that drive, focusing that drive. Motivate yourself, people. I mean, do you have a vision board? Or for me, I have binders. I've showed you guys some of my binders before. I have binders of a vision binder. So it's not all over my wall. Not everybody can see it if they come into, my house or whatever, but it's in my binder and I can flip through it. And, I have that vision board, and, that keeps you going sometimes in what you have imagined, what is that happy place kind of for your future. And knowing that you deserve to get there, that you will get there, and knowing what it's going to take. And what it's going to take is the inner healing. It's the shadow work and the inner child, healing the inner child. Okay, we have to heal ourselves on the inside before we can come and make a good match. Because, I'm not going to lie, could have been, a lot of old trauma here for both sides, issues unresolved. And that is what we're doing on some level, getting these things resolved, getting that heartache taken care of. That childhood trauma might have happened when Divine Masculine was 3 years old. Picture your person with love and light. Picture yourself going back to your person at the age when maybe you don't even know the situation. We're just totally guessing that, we know they didn't have a great childhood, but of course they're not going to talk about it, right? So we know something. So we'll go back. I don't care if it's age 3, age 9, age 7, whatever, 5. Go back and hug them and tell them they're loved and tell them they're needed and tell them they're important. And you can do this vice versa. You can do this with, Jesus or your mother or yourself, possibly in angel form, coming back to yourself and holding you and telling you everything's going to be okay when you needed that the most. That is part of the inner child healing. Go deep with it. Okay. That is the essence. Okay. And there's a definite focus on what is in the heart here. What is in the heart obviously here we have a lot of dualities. Okay, we have the opposites attract, and we're sort of we've been dealing with that lately, and understanding the push and pull. Okay, but again, it's focusing on where you're going, and you have to do that by the inner work, and the inner work is the mental and that emotional. And it does have to do with the law of attraction here again, by staying committed to your vision. Okay? And part of learning about the Twin Flames journey, and again, I have a Twin Flames Talks playlist, a lot of information about the journey. You learn about, oh, that's why I did that. Oh, that's why I did that. Oh, this is the trajectory, and this is what I have to look forward to, and coming into union with yourself, then coming into union with your person, and then coming into mission with yourself, and then coming into mission with your person. These are all wonderful things that we can look forward to. Okay. And we don't need to kind of rush it. We don't need to have this pull to try to figure it all out at once. Just have that faith, that simple faith, simple but strong. And again, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you do the inner healing work and the abundant holistic law of attraction, the more you're going to strengthen, again, your identity as a twin flame, your identity as a spiritual person. Okay. And that's going to in turn strengthen, of course, your union with yourself, and it's going to strengthen your union. When you strengthen yourself, you strengthen the union. We cannot spread ourselves thin. Again, we can't overcompensate or people please our person, even though our person is so freaking awesome and we know that we love them. We know that they're a twin flame. I know that you know that they're awesome, but you can't give all your energy away. Even so, it's got to be balanced. Balance and equality. Balance and equality. Again, check out, there's 2 videos. It's a 2-parter that I put on my Twin Flames Talks playlist about communication. Okay, I think that's very important right now as we have all of this air energy with our drive, both our higher, like, and our love and our higher values, and our lower drives are kind of both up in this air energy, so it's a lot of focus on communication. Okay, and you can learn a lot when you just simply look at yourself and see how you're communicating. Oh, am I coming off like that? Did I, and again, the shadow work, I can't tell you how much it just helps you kind of check yourself and keep yourself in check, and make sure that you're staying on track. Okay, so that you can always just kind of have that peace, okay, and focus on what you want and not what you don't want. Okay, big focus there. Write about what you want. Okay, strength out on your own. I don't care if you feel, like an oddball here, because, you're this twin flame, and now you're, it's coming into shining your light. Okay, a little bit stronger, a little bit more steadily. I want divine masculine and, of course, divine feminine by default. Work on the steadiness, okay? This Capricorn, this grounded energy, steady Freddy, okay? This is time to get your emotions, in order, and get your, again, work on this shadow work on that inner, work on that 10 of Swords, guys. Work on that 10 of Swords. It's deep in the subconscious. But when we actually go in and deal with that stuff, we can clear it out. And then when we come over and do the abundant holistic law of attraction, then we really start to, not only this is getting cleared out, but it's getting covered up. And it's not just getting covered up, it's got to get cleared out first. So again, it's got to be the shadow work and the inner child, and the holistic law of attraction together. Okay, there's a match, there's a strength. Okay, again, somebody might have been fighting it, trying to run from it, putting up barriers, doing things that, without that understanding, and just having basically, the ups and downs of life, and dealing with those, and just the things that they needed to learn for their own evolution, spiritual and mental evolution here. Okay, well, that was nice. Let's go ahead and dive into our blockages here. We are asking for things, scenarios, whatever. What is blocking the union from progressing at this time? Blockages. Interesting. Okay. Somebody's not speaking their mind clearly. They don't even know how to speak their mind clearly, and shadow work can and will help. You will learn over time as you give yourself more respect, give yourself more love in the form of these inner, this really what matters. When you're able to do that over time, again, you're able to find that voice. Okay, but right now it's like you don't have the tools. I don't think divine masculine, that growth hasn't been complete, and so that he can even talk about this stuff that much. He's learning, how to slow down and how to focus on the right things, okay, instead of running around like chicken with their head cut off, just going through the motions of life. Okay, there's really a slowdown. Okay, it's kind of like OMG, it's there's kind of this magical element, where divine masculine realizes, that they're going somewhere, but it's kind of like, where are you going? It seems like things are reactions. And again, there's this issue with, I think the sadness coming through. There's a lack of gratification here. Okay. And there may be, it may just be that these kind of almost this belief system, these events and things that have happened have kind of stacked up and just made divine masculine feel like they didn't deserve it, or they weren't going to be able to receive that. Okay, but the good news is, there's this possibility of waking up now. Okay, and it doesn't always have to be pleasure versus pain. We can be with our pleasure or with our pain too, and we can learn from them. We really can, and we learn a lot. It's part of the journey. The pain is part of the journey. So we can't feel, victimized. We have to kind of own it and understand that it's part of who we are. Writing about the past experiences, okay, might help, but not getting sucked in, okay? Not getting sucked in and not getting too in your head about something, thinking for sure like there's this way to do it. I'm just going to do it. It's going to it's going to work out. It's like there's not enough depth of looking at the reality of the situation, maybe too much of rose-colored glasses. Okay, so as for solutions, again, we've been getting some of these cards over and over. I mean, I do a lot of readings, you know what I mean? Okay, so a lot of this has to do with our emotional, okay? Because again, those blockages that were coming through, it's almost like divine masculine was padded. I'm getting this, they were not in touch with their emotions. The magic, the emotions are the magic, and they're out of touch. Their emotions are taking them places they don't necessarily want to go, and they don't realize that they're in control based on their thoughts, beliefs, actions, expectations, etc. Okay, I'm getting there's shame. There's still shame coming through, and again, have to go within. The moon back here is just ripe and waiting to be bitten into, waiting to be delved into. Okay, and we have to follow through with that. We have to do the emotional work here. Okay, we have to start over, like as a child, you know, basically, like just realize, you know, that we don't know anything. Divine masculine, in a way, humbles theirself and just realizes that all of this, you know, all of these negative thought systems that they have, they can be changed. There is hope for this. And if there's any way, you know, that this romance, this relationship is going to be flourishing the way that it needs to, you know, we have to deal with it. It may not feel that great as, you know, you're doing it, but it's really not as bad as you think. It's definitely not as bad, especially when you're just doing shadow work. So it's painless. Okay, divine feminine and divine masculine, stay focused. It's like, it's not try to like not feel the pain, but don't get sucked into that. You know, we're already in emotional Pisces right now. So it's kind of this stay busy, you know, stay busy, stay focused. You know, try to go and identify, you know, like, again, what is with this sadness? What is, you know, when did I first feel this sadness? And allow yourself to do some shadow work on that. Again, check out the playlist about the shadow work, okay? Because our thoughts and our emotions are big here on creating this kind of imbalance, this state. And we want to get to this state where, you know, we're free, where we have this union and we have this growth that not only is like there in the sense of, okay, it's happening in my mind, but it's actually happening, you know, in real life, and you're getting the rewards. So there is kind of that underlying hope, I think, for divine masculine. I think he does really know how much divine feminine cares. And, you know, he is in a process of, you know, kind of deepening their understanding as well. Okay. There's a weird sense of this codependency, you know, for divine feminine, you kind of deal with our codependency issues in a way, and then divine masculine almost has them in a completely different way, but they're still there. Okay, so again, we just want to kind of allow ourselves to heal, allow ourselves to use this time where we're already in emotional Pisces, we're already in this surrender mode because of where the moon's at, waning. Okay, and you know, we're also at today, you know, our sun is going into Taurus here, so we don't want to get, we don't want to get complacent with things. And you really want to kind of stand up for your values here. And again, what is important to you? Okay, what is truly important to you? And how are we going to focus on that? Okay, it's not about, you know, this, self-indulgence or being lazy. This is about working and knowing that you need to step up and you know you need to take care of your mess. You have to do it one at a time. You have to, you know, it may seem like a huge project to deal with your baggage and stuff, but it really, if you value the relationship enough, if you know how beautiful this thing can be, then you're going to have no issues. Okay? So let go of this old cycle and don't worry about striking out on your own right now, taking things into your own hands, doing this inner healing on your own first. Then you come back together. That's the way that it works. And as you're doing your work, of course, you know, hold the beautiful love, relationship, union in your mind and in your heart. Use it. Okay? Use it, write it, share it, grow it, review it. That's what I love about writing stuff down. We go back later, because again, I mean, we do, it's all cycle. We will go back to our old cycles, even if we learn something once, twice. We will go back to our old ways. And we got to say, no, wait, been here before. Remember these, you may pull out the notes, you may just remember, okay? But I really hope this has been good for you. Thank you so much. Hope you guys, again, going into Sun in Taurus, again, our needs, our focus may be, shifting a little bit. Okay. Be careful of, getting into a rut in this time. I think with everybody already being home and already being kind of self-indulgent, and, some people, I don't want to say everybody's being lazy, because a lot of people are not, but a lot of people are, it's just like one of those things. And again, we don't want to, with this new change that we're kind of building, again, we have our new cycle that we're going to be starting here, especially with our new moon in Aries on Monday. Okay. We're going to be motivated, more for this change. We can't let this time go by. We can't let this time go by without doing this work. And that's the thing about going off on your own. You have to go it on your own, because again, remember the moon card, you have to be the one to look at the moon yourself. That's looking at your inner side, your subconscious, your own self. And your person has to do that for themselves as well. But the more you do it, the more they're going to do it. And if they need it, this is the thing, in the past few days, divine masculine energy has been coming through as needing this to happen. So do not delay, do not deny it, do not get distracted and forgetful. Again, hold, the picture of what you want in your mind's eye and in your emotion, in your heart, and visualize it and keep it close. Again, write it down, put it in a vision board somehow, and that'll motivate you to do the work. The more you can keep that in front of you, or just a reminder, reminder, do your work, reminder, and then put something positive in there. Reminder, do your work. It's worth it, or you can do, sometimes it's good to do the future ones, it is now, a month ahead. It's now, May, blah, blah, blah. And, my divine masculine and I are better than ever, or something like this, these positive, positive thoughts, beliefs, expectations, and then it's following through with those. So yeah, that's it for now. Much love, many blessings. I'll be back later with the Divine Masculine reading. So take care. And again, you can always find me all over social media. All the links and everything, personal readings, and the program, they're all at claryberry.com. And again, don't forget to check out the playlist. Got the Twin Flames Talks playlist, got the Shadow Work playlist, and the Law of Attraction playlist. A lot of videos to help you guys and to help your union. So I'm here for ya. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye.